Imagine earning $25 per hour by helping improve AI, all from your laptop. No degree, no clients, and no need to show your face. That's what Stellar AI claims to offer. But is it really that easy? I signed up for Stellar AI to find out, and in this video I'll share all the details. And make sure to stick around, because at the end I'll also show you a few other sites like this that's often easier to get into and have more consistent tasks. And those can be a great backup if this one doesn't work out for you. Hi, it's Mikael here, and today I'm diving into a platform called Stellar AI that claims to pay you $25 per hour for remote work that helps train artificial intelligence. But is it legit? And how does it work? And what do you really need to know before applying? That's what I'll show you in this video, how it works, the pros and the cons, based on what I found. And like always, I'll keep it 100% real so you know exactly what to expect and can find out if it's the right opportunity for you or not. So let's start by going over what Stellar AI is and how you will earn. As you can see on the website, it is a platform where you can find flexible work for your unique skills, contribute to improving AI, and earn $25 or more per hour. And you can do this with flexible hours remotely. And that of course all sounds great, but you of course need to know a little bit more about what that actually means. And Stellar is a platform that connects people with remote jobs, helping improve AI systems. And the type of tasks can, for example, be, as you can see, select which AI chatbot answer is the best. And it describes a little bit more about what that means. It also says correct answers from chatbots in your field. So you need to correct answers there or demonstrate how to do online research for a topic. So these are the three most usual types of tasks you would find here. And I'll show some more examples of this a little bit later. But what else is important, first of all, to understand is that you do not need experience, and they will also provide training for many of the jobs if they require specific skills or training. So before going over how to get started, if you decide this is for you, let's talk about the earning potential. As you can see, they clearly promote that you can earn $25 or more per hour, which is a quite decent rate for a remote job like this. But just be aware that you will not necessarily get $25 or more per hour for all jobs, because as you can see here, it also says in the FAQ section that this is the base rate, but it can vary based on the type of project, your efficiency, and the number of hours you choose to work. So it can fluctuate, and that's important to understand, that it's not a guaranteed salary. Also be aware it's not a full-time position. These are contract positions, so usually time limited projects. The great thing is that it's flexible, so you can choose when to work and how many tasks you apply for, but it's not something where you can expect that it's something you can do full-time every day. So that's also very important to understand. But let's now talk about how you can get started, and here I will also show you some more examples of the type of work you would be doing if you decide to join. So if you want to join Stellar and get access to these jobs, you need to apply. So you will need to click here to get started, and what you then need to be aware of is that you have to go through an unpaid test that takes anywhere between 45 and 90 minutes depending on your speed. This test is designed to give you more information about the skills needed to work with them, and it also helps them to ensure that they have the right work for you. And after you complete it, they will then let you know if they think you are a good match for the work they have there. Just be aware that something that can maybe seem a little bit strange considering you are actually joining to help improve AI, but you are not allowed to use AI tools like ChatGPT or anything else for actually taking this test. But let me just show you a little bit of this test here to give you an idea of what it requires and what it takes, and this will also give you a better idea of the type of work you would be doing. So you can see there are some different questions, and these are kind of to give you an idea of the type of work you would be doing, and you can see this one here, for example, you would need to do a Google search to research about this question, choose the right answer, and then explain this answer in 2 to 3 sentences. So it's not super difficult, hard, but it is something where you need to take a little bit of time. And many of them are this here, where, for example, here, if you are given the following prompt to an AI model, which AI model produces a stronger response. So you can see this is also similar to what I talked about in the beginning, the type of different jobs you would be doing. I think the great thing about this is that it gives you a very good idea of whether this is work you're actually interested in when you go through this test here. And it's also a great way for them, of course, to know if you're a great match. But you do need to be aware that you do have to put time in to make proper answers and do it without AI, because if you just rush through it, there's a great risk that you will not actually get hired, and then you will just have wasted those 45 or 90 minutes or however long you take to actually complete it. However, one thing that you need to be aware of is that they say this very clearly also in the FAQ section, that you do not know when you will hear back from them. You can see that very clearly in the FAQ section. And it also means that you do not necessarily hear back from them if you are not a good match. You just have to be patient and wait. And that can, of course, be a little bit unsatisfactory if you spend a lot of time going through the test and then maybe there will be weeks or months where you don't hear anything. But that's something you have to be prepared to accept if you decide to apply here. That's also why I will later share some potentially great alternatives where you can, in many cases, get started faster. But let's just first sum up the pros and the cons of the Stellar AI. So let's sum up the pros and the cons before going over some alternatives that in many cases are easier and faster to get accepted into. Because Stellar definitely has both pros and cons in my opinion. And the pros are that it has fairly high pay and it is flexible work. You can work from anywhere. So those two aspects are definitely great. And also there's no need to show your face or talk to clients. You can do it where and whenever you want to. And it also helps you build experience with AI related tasks, which is one of the most relevant skills you need nowadays. But it also does have some cons, and one of them is, for example, that in most cases you will just be waitlisted or not get accepted, and you will not necessarily be told. And you also need to be aware that there are not always necessarily tasks available. So income is not necessarily guaranteed, and it depends on your performance and the available tasks. So whether it's for you or not really depends on your personal preferences, but no matter what, it is good to know about some potential alternatives. So let's go over that next. Now, if you end up not getting accepted to Stellar AI, or if you just want more opportunities, here's a few great alternatives to check out. One option can be Hive Micro. This is a micro task platform, so it doesn't pay that well, but the advantage is that you can do these small tasks like categorization, bounding boxes, audio transcriptions, and more, and you can just join and start earning right away. So even though it takes some more patience, you can faster get started. A similar one to that is something like Remo tasks, where you also need to do similar jobs and can also get started right away, more or less. Also, this one does take patience. It's definitely not even close to $25 per hour, so that's what you need to be aware of. But another alternative could be Outlier. This is a little bit more similar, because this is also where you can find AI jobs that are a little bit more consistent, a little bit higher paying. So which of the options really depends on you, because there are both these small tasks that anyone can get started with right away, and then some more advanced tasks, you can say, but that also pays better. I actually do have a list on my website of the best AI training jobs. I'll leave a link to this platform below, so then you can go here. I will also keep updating that if I come across new options. The 3 I mentioned here are on this list, but there are also several others. There are links to full tutorials, reviews, joining links, so you can easily get started with the ones you want to get started with if you think this is for you. So make sure to check that out. And also I do have some information on my website about how you potentially can create your own online income and business more on your own terms. If that sounds like more something like you can check that out below. Also, if you have any experiences with AI training jobs like this or Stellar AI, I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Or if you have any questions, just ask and I will make sure to get back to you. And if the video helped you, make sure to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out next time I release a video with tips and tricks about different ways to make money online.